Well, what is going on, gang? Welcome back to Therapeutic Edge. I've got something on the table that is new from the folks at Off Grid. I have had a pretty good relationship with Off Grid over the years. In fact, in this description, you'll find an affiliate link. I don't do that for any other company, but they offered a number of years ago, and I've just sort of maintained it. Whether you use it or not is up to you, but it's there if you're so inclined. This is the Stinger XL. This is a new version of the Stinger XL. It is drop point full flat grind. This is the older version. As you can see, it's more of a saber grind, right? It's got the shape in the middle. It's got a much shorter drop down to the edge, whereas this new flat grind is really, really slicey. It is 154 cm, which is unchanged from the older version here. They do a really good job on their steel. These things hold an edge like crazy. I love this knife. Well, I love this knife because I like Off-Grid's big sort of burly knives. I just do. For the same reason I love old ZTs. That's a personal choice thing, but I just do. A while back, Metal Complex made a really interesting assessment of these knives. I have a couple of the bigger stuff. I've got the Mamba here, V3. This is MagnaCut and titanium. And his assessment was that these are less expensive. This one's $280 basically. These are $90. Okay. This is better materials, but that these are sort of more wallet-friendly versions of the XM24, the Hinderer. This is a full DLC XM24. It's dirty too. Metal Complex loves his full DLCs. I don't, for the very reason that you're seeing now. That mirror DLC, that sort of glowy DLC, really shows fingerprint. Anyway. And here's the thing. I actually agree with him. I actually agree with him on a lot of things, but I agree with him specifically on this. These are $600 or $700 or $800 or $900, depending on what features you get. If you understand, you understand. I have a number of these now. But if you're looking just for a big, kick-ass knife that feels similar to the XM24 in hand, the stuff from Off-Grid is really a direction to look. And you can get, well, depending on your budget, you can still get them. Like, let's say that you don't want to go after the $300, $279, MagnaCut and titanium, which, by the way, this is a really excellent knife. Spend $90 and get one of these. It is similar in size. It has a very similar feel in hand. Right? It's just not going to break the bank, and it's going to function for you for a really long time. So let's take a look at what you get with the Stinger XL, particularly this new drop point full flat. You get basically 4 inches of cutting edge on just slightly over 4 inches of that 154 cm steel. Grip area from behind the flipper is 4¼ inches long. The knife overall from tip to tail is coming in at 9¼ inches. This is a big knife. But then again, so is the XM24. They are very similar in size and in dimension. Closed length on the Stinger XL here is 5¼ inches. And in the pocket, and it comes with a really nice deep carry clip right from the factory. You don't have to go chase an aftermarket deep carry. And they are reversible, and they do come with an extra clip, which is just a nice touch. This is stamped steel, of course. In the pocket, right, you're looking at it in total about 1 3/4 inches. 1 3/4. Very similar. Things that I like better about the Stinger than the XM24. The G10 on the steel liners is sculpted. It is very comfortable to hold. This new drop point version is very slicey, as I said. I mean, it's really slicey. It's a nice slice of that 154 cm steel, and it is very pokey right where you'd want it to be. So if you needed to give something a jab, you absolutely could. The action is very good. When you release it from the liner lock, right there is where it hits the detent ball, but the weight of the blade, well, let's see, because, yeah, okay. So you can double clutch it a little bit if you're soft with it, but I'll tell you what, when you release the blade, by the time you let your thumb off the liner, it's past that point. So you can catch it on purpose, but you got to think about doing it that way. Flip is excellent. I have yet to make one of these fail. No, the detent is done really well. So there's that. It's just a nice knife for 90 bucks. It's really hard to go wrong. Let's do some size comparisons with knives you might be a little more familiar with than our old friend the XM24 there. Let's see. Oh, because I'm got it on the table to review it. Here's the Kaiser Momo. It's another really nice big knife, by the way. These are about 100 bucks. Also 154 cm. Right, you can see they're very similar in size. We'll just do the knives that we usually use because that's what's on the table. There's the PM2. And there's the Para 3. And as you can see, the Stinger XL is considerably larger. Well, why do they call it the XL? Well, because they make a standard Stinger. I love companies that make two sizes of a knife. I don't know why, it just makes me smile. Review on this is coming. This is the standard Stinger. This is a really nice, inexpensive tool. They're about the same price, believe it or not. Also 154 cm steel. Anyway, these are running on bearings. I've been told that their knife factory is in Taiwan, which is, given the way tariffs are functioning, that may or may not be a big deal at this point, but just know that if you don't like knives that come from China, these are Taiwanese made, which is very cool. Spyderco makes a lot of really nice knives in their Taichung, Taiwan factory. Let's weigh it. The Stinger XL comes in at 7 ounces. For a 9.5-inch knife, that's not bad. By way of example, the XM24 is 7.6 ounces. This is all titanium, of course. How about the Mamba V3? 6 ounces. So it's the steel liners. If you're looking for a big knife that'll just work, why don't you head over to the Off-Grid website and take a look at what they've got. They have a bunch of really big knives in varying steels and at varying prices. If you want something in titanium and MagnaCut, take a look at the Mamba V3. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, which is fine, take a look at the Stinger XL design family and you will find a couple of blade shapes. Everything else is the same. I think these are excellent tools for the money. Like I said, right now, the Stinger XL is $97. That is a lot of knife for less than 100 bucks. And on that note, we'll wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. I've appreciated your time. If this is your thing, awesome. If not, that's cool too. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at these. I know that I enjoy having them. Thank you so much. Remember, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and we'll see you next time.